Dave, do you want to head in and get a cup of tea while I do this? I don't want to break my nails, so you go in there and I'll call you out in a bit. Okay. You're not going to get much with that washing machine behind me, let me tell you. Hang on a second, Dave. Electric car and it doesn't have an electric boot?
Hello and welcome back to the Dundee YouTube channel, and today we have found ourselves in Ashford in County Wicklow, and I'm in the new ID.3 GTX. This thing is brilliant fun, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to try and enlighten Nadia from Ashford Motors' opinion on electric cars. So let's call into her and try and change your mind a little bit.
Yeah, but sure, there's something about this and I couldn't even tell you.
Hello Nadia.
What are you doing here?
I thought it'd be really cheeky and bring an EV onto your forecourt.
I'll bring you back.
I tell you what, this place looks spectacular. I was in Ashford in this ID.3 GTX, and I know a lot of these cars are unbelievable performance cars, but as a daily driver, I decided I'd pop by and try and educate you a little bit on the EV world and actually real world cars.
Okay, I don't know how I feel about that now, because usually we leave the EVs outside the forecourt, but I'm willing to listen to your side on this, Dave.
First of all, what are you actually daily driver? What's your kind of your basis on that?
Okay, well, if I had to pick one from the stock I have at the moment, I think I'd go for the Skoda Superb LNK. It's a 2-litre diesel, it's got that combi size, and it's just super economical.
Skoda Superb Combi, one of the best cars on the road. But we do a little bit of a test, cover things like fuel efficiency. I know that's probably not your usual side of things. Acceleration, cool features, styling, a few other things.
Yeah, school's out, Dave. You're on my court now.
Well, if I knew you were going to have a Superb Combi, I probably would have got an ID.4 or an Enyaq, but the ID.3 will do the job.
Look, yeah, well, to be honest with you, I don't think it's going to do the job at all, so it is what it is. We'll see what we can do. All right, we're pulling out now, and do you know what? I'm going to teach Dave a school day, because he's trying to tell me the EV is a lot better in many points. But actually, you know what? The Skoda, it's like a good cup of tea. You know what you're getting. And the Skodas, maybe in the past, they kind of had a bad name, but definitely recently they've done such a great job with the cars in terms of even a price point when they're brand new. So this Laurent and Clement brand new was probably about 50 grand. It's up for 40 grand at the moment, which means it's only taken a 10 grand depreciation in 3 years. Where will you get that with any family diesel car? And economy wise, you know, come on, you fill the tank, you get 1,000 kilometers out of it. You're not going to get much with that washing machine behind me, let me tell you.
The ID.3 is not going to be as efficient as a Superb, particularly when you take it out on the motorway and if you're using the public infrastructure. But let me tell you a secret. This has a 79 kilowatt hour battery. That means theoretically you can go 600 kilometers. Let's be generous and say you get about 500 kilometers out of a full charge. Now, where the real sneaky stuff is not about charging at home on a night ride, but actually certain energy providers offer free electricity 1 day a week. So if you charge up on a Sunday, get all your battery full, you can drive for most of the week. This ID.3 GTX has no optional extras other than the paint colour and the wheels. The rest is the 39,000 euro car. So this one all in is 41 grand, which is pretty much the same price as Nadia's Skoda Superb Combi, and that is a few years old. So it just goes to show there is a lot of value in EVs, and actually if you're willing to buy a 1 or 2 year old EV, the value is phenomenal.
I'm going to do an acceleration test. This is 0 to 60 in about 9.6 seconds, which to be fair isn't that great, and it's not going to be beating any hot hatches at the lights.
Everyone knows EVs win. So this is blisteringly quick. Over 300 horsepower, it goes to the rear wheels, and it is absolutely rapid and also quite fun to drive.
It's really not that great, but it is a family car at the end of the day. We're pulling up to the old Ashford Motors and we're going to do a capacity test. So if it's an everyday car, let's see how much we can fit in the boot.
So the boot test. Naturally, every day I'm putting wheels in my boots. This is the perfect comparison. So let's see whose can take more.
Hang on a second, Dave. Electric car and it doesn't have an electric boot?
Yeah, granted, that's the highest spec that you can get a Superb. This is a GTX, no optional extras other than the paint and the wheels.
Okay, well, I'll be fair with you, Davey boy. I leave my seats up if you leave yours down.
Fair enough, thank you very much. I'll take every little bit I can get. All right, now that the seats are down, it's not the most flat floor. An ID.4 would have been a better car for this, but I think I can get 2 or 3 in. Okay. And a third gone in there like it's no one's business.
Dave, do you want to head in and get a cup of tea while I do this? I don't want to break my nails, so you go in there and I'll call you out in a bit.
Cool.
Okay.
So you got one more wheel in than me, big deal.
Yeah, but I can still take 4 passengers with me.
How many child seats can you take?
2.
Can take 3.
I know, but come on, you have your seats down, Dave. That's not fair. So, Dave, how are you fixed for a bit of juice?
I'll never say no to a quick charge.
Okay, well, let's go.
Let's do it.
Obviously, I'm going to get the diesel and he's going to charge his EV. Let's just hope they're not all occupied, because you know how quickly it can take me about 3 seconds to put a bit of diesel and off I go again.
So unfortunately, this service station doesn't have an EV charger. However, I can use my maps integrated in the ID.3, or also I have a great app that I actually want to show you a little bit more about. So this is an app called ZapMap, and it basically shows you all the chargers in Ireland. So when you're going on a long journey, and then on top of that, the app also allows you to plan your route. It's just generally a really cool.
The one thing I love about this Superb is the creature comforts. Everywhere you look, there's something that just makes it really, really comfortable to drive, especially on those long drives where you don't have to stop for an hour and charge your car. You can just fill it up with diesel and off you go. One being, it's got ventilated seats. Now, I know we're in Ireland, we don't need them that much, but let me tell you, it's just super, super comfortable. It's got massage seats. It's got a little area here as well where you can put your hand on it. It's very comfortable. And if it's raining, you've got that trusted umbrella it comes with. I don't think they put them in the ID.3s.
So yes, the ID.3, it doesn't come with massage seats, but I do have heated seats, a heated steering wheel. I have a really nice heads-up display here. The thing can park itself. It actually has tons of spec. One thing to bear in mind when purchasing a new car is the running costs. So not just fuel, but also your maintenance, your servicing, your tax. And that is where maybe the ID.3 could make a little bit more sense. So my service interval on this is every 30,000 kilometers. On the Superb, it's every 20,000 kilometers. Now, my personal opinion is service it more than that, just to be sure and to have absolute peace of mind. But that means I have to service very rarely in comparison. In addition to that, my road tax is only €120, which is a good bit cheaper, even though that Skoda is a low tax bracket car. In addition to that, and this is a huge one, a lot of these cars are being bought by companies and given to people as company cars, and the benefit in kind in an electric car is so well worth doing. I actually used an online benefit in kind calculator, and this is less than €100 per month, and that's because it's electric and it's being encouraged by the government. On the flip side of things, that Skoda, because this diesel, is going to be upwards of €500, which is a substantial difference, particularly if you're getting a car as a company car. All right, so Nadia, hopefully I've opened your mind a little bit to electric cars. I mean, listen, I'm a fan of all powertrains, diesel, petrol, hybrid, electric. I think they all serve a purpose for different people, and that's what I always try to portray. So maybe you're one day gonna change your mind.
Yeah, and look, to be fair, Dave, I get it. And if it's for you or if it works for someone's lifestyle, absolutely go out and buy one. I've always said that from the beginning. I suppose where I'm coming from is just from the point of view of a second-hand car dealer, having to deal with them second-hand, those residual values that, yes, they have kind of tapered off a little bit now, but when they weren't, you just couldn't really foresee. And for me, predictability is the biggest thing when I'm buying cars. I'm not just sold yet, I'm not going to lie. I know what you're saying, but the disadvantages don't outweigh the advantages for me just yet. So for the foreseeable, at the moment, it's just not for Ashford Motors.
Fair enough. Well, listen, if you would like to search for cars for sale from Ashford Motors or from any done deal trusted dealer, you can hit the link up there. Nadia, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, and thanks for coming down to visit the new
No
place.
problem.